Hey, good morning. It is Monday morning. Hope you had a good weekend. It flew by. I think a lot of folks have today off. Awesome. I'm working, but it's hard to call work when you're doing weather, which is what you like doing. It's a holiday. The weather's not bad. This is a shot from the headlands, or looking towards the headlands in Ocean Beach. And the outside lands, they used to call this, right? My great-grandparents used to take horse and buggy from downtown San Francisco, and they'd spend the day riding out through the park. It was a real adventure. That's why they called it the outside lands, because people didn't really live out in the avenues for a while because it was sand dunes, right? Golden Gate Park developed early, and that started to draw people out there. And then there were, the people, the artists and the bohemians. That's the thing about Ocean Beach that's interesting, which I don't know if many people know. But out here in the avenues, it separated from the city, essentially. It was very different. It still is. Very different, right? But the bohemians, the artists, the musicians, the crazies moved out to Ocean Beach. So Ocean Beach got a reputation. If you ever look up Carville, which is a community at Ocean Beach out in the sand dunes, Carville, it was Carville, and they took a bunch of the old streetcars, and the ones that were retired, people just drove them out there, kind of not homeless, but I mean, it was like they just park them out there, and they lived out in Carville. So it was kind of, I guess, I don't know how they managed the deeds and the property and who owned and didn't own, but check out Carville. It's fascinating. And there's still a house out along the Great Highway. I can't remember which street it's on. That is, because what they did eventually, the cars. God, I'm off on a tangent now. But the cable cars that they use, or the different cars, the trolleys or what have you, with a couple of the houses built around it and built the car into the house. And there's one still out in San Francisco. Carville, look it up. Okay, so back to weather. It's going to rain on Wednesday in the North Bay, pretty much. That's it. Scattered showers up there, no big deal. Point Arena, you get rain. Crescent City, you guys get rain. Arcata, you get rain. Everybody else south of the Golden Gate Bridge is like, huh, what? So the clouds today, this is right now. Ocean Beach has some nice surf. Here is the Golden Gate Bridge. Let's see if I can go back this way. Now you're looking out towards San Francisco. This is the area, right? They get in their horses and buggies and go to the outside lands, out to Carville. Here is Alcatraz, right? And then you can kind of see some of the low clouds hanging around in the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, so here we are. This is a satellite image from the GOES West, or Geo-Orbital Earth Stationary Satellite, and it takes a shot of some high clouds. That's what we're seeing. We're also seeing some dense fog down towards kind of just east of Oxnard. Yes, kind of east of Oxnard in that area, or actually north and east of Oxnard, out towards Paso Robles more, pardon me. But there was some fog out by, not Lompoc, Oxnard as well. And then you see some fog down around Southern California, down around La Jolla. You got some fog, but it's going to be a nice day. Temperatures in Southern California today are going to be in the mid-60s, upper 60s, low 70s all week. So it's going to be money week down there. You guys have had rain. So it's, in terms of fire danger, right? It's awesome. And then up towards this area, up towards Monterey Bay, few high clouds. This thing goes through, sun comes out later on today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, awesome day, but increasing clouds and then some scattered showers on Wednesday. There's that dense fog advisory near Lompoc. And then you see the purples representing a high surf advisory along the coast for these areas, not for many other spots, but my friends up at Halama are getting some good surf right now. That's the tip of Point Conception. Oxnard, you're getting some good swell. That's good. Well, and Malibu might be getting good wave. Well, Malibu's not. I looked at it earlier this morning. But anyway, so the high surf advisory. And the surf's going to be kind of stays beefy along our coast and along the Hawaiian coast for a little while. Here is us. Here we are. And you can see the state. I don't think I have to ring it this time because you can see it. I'm sorry, it's hard to see the state lines in these raw maps, but these raw maps are awesome because they're not pre-produced really. So it's like we're just getting it right off the satellite, as fresh as you can get it. Well, yeah, as fresh as you can get it. So this is the Wednesday system here. Wife got me a sippy cup for my coffee because I spill so much. It's kind of embarrassing, and at first I was offended, but then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, probably a smart idea. So I don't know. I'm trying it out for the first time. It's all right. It's all right. So this is going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday. That is our weather event. We can see it here on the model page. This is GFS. I show you the same models over and over. I know I've gotten a little pushback on this because there's a lot of models and they do vary quite a bit. But my goal here is to get you to the point where you're used to looking at something. So I like showing the same thing over and over. It's because then you get used to it. It's like, in the newspaper when the weather page, nobody reads newspapers anymore, but the weather page in a newspaper is so comforting because as a little kid, I remember it takes you at first like, whoa, all these numbers, and then you go, oh, that's what that is, right? I know. So sometimes it's conditioning, getting used to looking at this map, which you have if you've been with me any amount of time. So you know what the blues and the greens mean, you know what the lines mean, and this is the GFS, and here comes Wednesday. That's Wednesday morning. And this is Wednesday mid-morning, and this is Wednesday afternoon. Mountains get a little something, so you can see what we're talking about. Now, you guys up in Point Arena, you're getting rain. It'll rain. Wipers will be going, 1/4 inch, not much more than 1/4 inch. Marin County might see a little something right in there. We'll see. But that's Wednesday. So that's you guys, until March 5th, this is kind of that's our deal. That's our deal. Except if I shouldn't say you guys. If you're north of Santa Rosa, then you're going to get some more cool stuff on the 23rd, and that looks beefy too. That's on the 24th, and a couple of drive-bys. But overall, that's Fantasyland now, but it's dry. It's dry, and we can exhibit this by looking at, this is the accumulation map. So it's day after day after day, but it just takes, it rained 1/8 of an inch on Monday. It rained 2/8 of an inch on, and it adds them up for us. So all you got to do is go, there's Wednesday, is event. So you can see what you got. It's hard to read the numbers, but a few hundredths of an inch in Marin County. I'd say maybe 1/10 of an inch in up by Bodega Bay, Sebastopol. But Crescent City, you're coming in 1.5 inches, right? Look at that. Look at Bullseye up at Crescent City. Is that 4 inches yet? Yeah, it's coming up on 5 inches. I think that's, almost 6 inches. Crescent City, you guys. Oh my God. But that's where you know how to handle rain up there. But look at it here. Everything south of the Golden Gate Bridge, all the way down to Southern California, they got a few hundredths of an inch, mostly be a drizzle type thing. But you get the idea. Lots and lots of dry conditions south of Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, so here is, what do we got here? We've got Soda Springs, traffic moving nicely, sun coming out, skiing pretty good right now, I am told. We looked at it yesterday. We'll look at it a little bit more today. This is South Lake Tahoe. This is the Highway 89 and 50. And I don't know if I can make this go large. I think I can. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's down South Lake. And traffic's moving nicely. Traffic report. And then here we are. We go up to Palisades. I like their cameras. Ooh. Oh, dang. Ooh, hello, people. Yeah, it's on, man. Oh, today's a holiday, right? Okay, yeah, look at me. It's fun watching people, man. Oh, this camera I have no control over. So oh, it's awesome. Yeah, so that's KT. You know what KT, I think it's KT 22, 21. Can't remember what that is. Is it 21? KT 20, KT 21. I think it's KT. So you know what that stands for? You know how that got its name? I know, I don't know the name, but I know how it got its name. KT got its name for kick turn. And it took 21 kick turns to come down the mountain. I can't remember who did it originally. One of the old time skiers, Hans Burkhardt, or one of those types, Stein Eriksen or somebody. Kick turns. That's how many kick turns it took to get from top to bottom. Which would be, you know what a kick turn is? It's just you're not really, we just call it swooshing, right? You're a kick turn. It's steep, and you're kind of having to do this. Ocean Beach, gnarly. Crab fisherman. He might be, but I was watching some guys earlier. Very dangerous. Right now, I'd want to be. I mean, there's a crab fisherman on the edge, but you get sucked out into that. Especially if you get into this outside sandbar. You're not. I could get in, but it would take a while. Like with a surfboard, you could get in easy. But I mean, it's rippy out there right now. Swell's going to be big the next few days. Tides are still moving around. This is Malibu. I don't think those are plovers. They're too big, snowy plovers. But Malibu, king and queen of Malibu. I dug up a little something on it here. Let's see if I can dig it up. I'm going to do my face thing. So it was the Ringe family. I was correct. They were a wealthy American family that built a ranch at Malibu. They were a major force in the development of the area. Frederick Hastings Ringe and his wife Rhoda May Knight Ringe were known as the king and queen of Malibu. And I love the story. The book is unreal because it talks about the movie stars, the Bohemian, because they didn't want to sell land, if my recollection is correct. So they would rent these little, just crappy little bungalows. Like if you ever watch old beach movies, you see they're Moondoggy and those guys. They're all living in these little crappy shacks. They lived in crappy little shacks up in Malibu, up in the cove there, because the surf was pretty good, and the weather was really good. And the movie stars started moving up there, and the artists and the musicians. And Malibu became. You guys are too young to remember this, but in my world, Malibu Barbie, Malibu Ken. I mean, it was like Malibu was the moniker for so many things because it was bohemian. That movie industry really kind of lit that off. Okay, here we are. This is called Gas Chambers. This is up a little ways from Pipeline. And nice looking day. There's some big swell. The pipe's probably going 4 to 6, 4 to 8, 5 to 8. But a nice day in Hawaii. Hawaii is going to be in the 70s, as you would guess. And here we are at the most beautiful place. I mentioned this. I didn't mention this earlier, but what I was going to say was I know one of the things about California weather, and okay, let's go back to the weather. Wednesday's going to rain north of San Francisco. Everybody else, game on, enjoy. No frost advisories, no freeze warnings, maybe a little bit of valley fog. Not even really a lot of wind. This week is going to be a real respite from weather. Okay, so if you live in California, the whole thing where it's like a month ago, it wasn't raining. It's like, oh my God, it's not raining. The reservoirs are low. And then it started to rain. Oh my God, it's raining. It's raining. Oh my God, it's flooding. Oh my God, no, it's dry. Get used to it. This is how this place rolls. My ancestors were farmers in the Tulare Basin, came across in ox carts, right? And they basically, I didn't talk to John Price, but he's my dad's brother's great uncle, whatever, right? But they talked to, I talked to my dad, he's 98. I go, dude, what's going on with it? He goes, oh yeah, we had droughts, we had floods. The Tulare Lake was flooding constantly before the Pine Flat Dam went in, up down in Tulare. So what I'm getting at is California's awesome. But yeah, we got some S that goes with it. There's fires, there's droughts, there's earthquakes, there's tsunamis, there's everything, man. There's a volcano right there in your backyard. California is awesome because of that. But you can't come here from elsewhere and be too upset by that. Or even if you live here and are upset by it, you probably don't want to hang out. And I'm not trying to chase anybody out. I'm just saying, and I know you guys aren't like this, especially at this place, at my channel, but this is what this place is. Always has been. It hasn't changed that much in terms of everything. It just has always been, oh man, 06 earthquake. That's why LA became LA for a lot of reasons. But LA was the Wild West back in the 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. Somewhere around 1906, it got civilized. Why? San Francisco earthquake. People go, oh, I'm getting out of here. And they went to LA and began to develop down there to get away from the earthquake. So it's always been this way. Movie industry, of course, changed everything in the early 1900s as well. But it was the earthquake that sent people to Southern California. Okay, there's Mount Shasta. Beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks for hanging in. Yeah, trying to do what I'm going to try to do. I think the consensus here is hit the weather off top, do the commentary or the scenic tour of the most beautiful place in the world, from Crescent City to Laguna Beach to La Jolla to Lompoc to Santa Barbara to Fresno to Sacramento. It's awesome. Chico, Paradise. Come on. Okay, I'll see you back here tomorrow.